Welcome to your full body 30-minute workout. We have 30 seconds of work to 15-second rest. We're gonna get started at the low level of our ankle for our elastics. We're gonna work power jacks. Go ahead and grab your bands, set it up, jump into a jumping jack position, pulling your arms all the way up so you can get that burn to the tops of the shoulders. If this gets a little tricky, you can always take it a little bit lighter, pulling your legs out to the side, but really pull those arms back to get that full burn to the shoulders. I'm gonna stay with this till that 30 seconds runs out. Be sure to breathe. Good, all right. Set it up, second exercise, a squat row. But first we gotta set up this to the mid-level. Unclip, clip right in, set it up to a squat row. So dropping down into a squat, pulling the bands back nice and tight to get that full body exercise to the legs, the quads, the glutes, and of course the back. Always get technique first, then if you feel comfortable, you can add a little bit of speed. Good, second move, or third move, we're gonna go chest press, staggering your step, opening up, pressing through the chest, and then side shuffle around. Change positions, press forward again, and then side shuffle. Once you feel comfortable with where you're at, you can add that speed, or take it to another challenge and go further outside the training zone. When I go further outside the training zone, my resistance on my elastics are much tougher. You challenge yourself. Good, set it up, torso twist. So I'm gonna use one band for this one. Come across my body, setting up my hips nice and straight. I'm gonna take the band, pull it all the way across, setting up here, feeling that twist in my torso, and then return. So we're gonna alternate this side. So twist it, and then alternate back. You can step, or if you feel light on your feet, you can add a jump. I'm gonna do this to catch my breath. Really focusing on my torso, trying to get the best work I can to that core, and of course those obliques. Good. Take your elastics, drop them right back down to that low anchor. Set it up for my favorite move, those power jacks. All right, out and up. So as fatigue sets in, you have to constantly tell yourself, why are you doing this? You're doing this to grow those beautiful shoulders and strong legs. And if ever you start to fatigue, if you come closer, but not into that safety zone, it'll actually take that pressure off. Thank heavens. All right, unhook. Back to that squat row. So I'm gonna go a little bit further this time into the training zone so I can really hit my back muscles. Drop into that squat, never letting my knees over my toes. Notice that my knees stay back, not forward, so right here, and then pull up. Squeeze and pinch it at the top. You can even hold it for a count if you really want to work on the eccentric part of the movement. It's really up to you. That's what's beautiful about this. You can challenge yourself in all different ways. Good. Catch my breath a little bit. All right. Set it up for a chest press and a shuffle. So set up in your zone, stagger those feet, chest up nice and proud, press, and a shuffle. Good. When you're doing this move, your body's gonna wanna press all the way forward. So it's gonna wanna actually come forward like this and press into it. Keep your body nice and tall, and then side shuffle across. And if you need to take a breather, go a little bit slower. If not, add that speed. Okay, for a challenge on the torso, or the alternating torso twists, you can use both bands, or step further into the training zone. So by grabbing both those bands, obviously I have both of the resistance on the elastics. That way, I can really feel a burn to the outer part of my shoulder and my torso. Wow. Keeping those feet nice and straight, and just adding that twist through the body. Good. All right, we have one more round. So set it back up on that low level. Psych yourself up for those power jacks. Set yourself up in that posture. Go ahead, jump it out and pull it up. In this round, you need to fight for that time. So as your body starts to fatigue, picture that body you want, picture that strong body that you want to achieve, and just keep pushing it. And if you have to slow it up, take a step, but just keep pulling on those elastics. Good. Unclip to that medium anchor. Take a step back. Position up for those squats. Maybe this time you might want to go a little bit wider in the squat. A different change or a change of pace. You get a pick. Ready? Let's go. Squat and then row it. Sink those hips all the way back. Knees back behind the toes. Core tight. Maybe you're feeling great this round, so let's pick up the pace. We are probably close to that time. All right, good, set it up for a chest press. So chest press, still at mid-level. Go ahead, quickly set yourself up. Stagger those feet, open up the chest, press, add that shuffle. Here, press, shuffle it out. The closer you are to the anchor, the easier the exercise. So take it far out this time, since it's gonna be your last set. Let's do one more. Good, and our last set. The torso twist. I felt pretty good with the 2, so we're gonna stick with 2 on this last one. Go ahead, set up those feet straight in front of you, cross the body, begin. Go ahead, torso twist across, switch sides, other way. Good. I really, really wanna work on that torso, so take your stomach, suck it in nice and tight to get that full twist of the body. About 10 more seconds to go. Stay nice and strong. Keep that technique on point. One more, and good. Nice job. Whew.
Guys, listen up. Guys, listen up. We're doing the boot camp. And then progression 3 would be adding speed. Okay, you're moving, taking a step back, moving, and faster. And then bringing your hands to follow. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go and drive. Full throttle.
Break's almost over. Let's grab our swivel belt. Go ahead and clip in, nice and comfortably around the waist. And then set your anchor with your elastics at about waist level. Clip in, or lock in, around the eyelet, just to make sure you're nice and safe, and then take a step back out of the safety zone. So let's get started with squat jumps. Dropping down into that squat, exploding up out of the floor, using those arms to propel yourself up out. The most important thing with this move is making sure each and every time you land with bent knee. That way you protect your knee joints every time. Good. For a challenge, you can even jump further back or a little bit closer. Whew. Okay. Second move is an alternating deceleration lunge, stepping forward into the lunge itself. So as we step forward into that lunge, coming down, pressing off that heel, exploding back and out. Your hands can be anywhere that feels comfortable for you. The most important part is making sure that your legs are hitting that 90-degree on each foot. So as I step down, I have a 90-degree and a 90, press off that heel and return back. The elastic bands pull me forward. That way I'm doing so much more work to push off. All right, set it up for a side lunge. Both feet are gonna come forward. That pressure from that elastic band is gonna pull you. So you have to be able to control yourself as you step in, foot slightly forward, pressing off and return. In and return. Make sure your knee is back behind the toe. I cannot emphasize that enough. We don't want any knee problems. This will work inner thighs and outer thighs. Two of the best places to work. Good, rest. Go ahead and switch to the other side. And now we're gonna focus on this leg. So take a step into the training zone. Remember, as we step towards that anchor, it'll come slightly forward, leaning into it, and then pressing off. Your hands, really honestly, can do whatever feels comfortable. Some people like to use a running motion, and that's perfectly fine. Others like to bring their hands up. The most important part is just making sure that you use your legs in the correct position. Making sure you breathe, sit up nice and tall. Good. Turn the face, right back to those squat jumps. So I'm gonna challenge myself this time, jump a tiny bit higher. So down into that squat, explode up and out of the floor. Soft knee landing, using those arms, exploding up and out. If I start to fatigue, I can always come up onto the toes and back down. That way I'm using a similar motion, but taking that pressure off beneath. Take a step back for deceleration lunges. Right and left. So once we get started, set it up nice and tall, keep that chest proud, dropping down and in, tucking that hip, pushing off. Timing on this does not have to be fast. Most important part is your technique. Second is your range of motion. Can you drop that front thigh parallel? Or if you can't quite yet, then just take that range of motion out a little bit. Good. All right. Side lunge. Whew. I'm gonna challenge myself and come further into the training zone. Take that wide step, pushing off. So at any time in this workout, if you feel you need a little bit more of a push, you can always add a band. You can have 1, 2, 3, or 4. The challenge is really up to you, but it's always there. I'm gonna stay with 2 today. That challenge is perfect for me. Push off that heel. Good, and set it up other side. Good. Whoa, getting tired. Okay, step it forward and back up. When we fatigue, one thing that happens is our chest will fall. Keep that chest really proud, just to make sure, 1, it'll help you breathe better, but 2, it's gonna put you in the right position, making sure that leg is set up correctly. Protect those knees. Good. All right, final set. Squat jumps. Preparing yourself to fly. Our last 30 seconds of these. So down, explode up off the floor. My first 15 seconds, I'm gonna stay nice and close. My last 15 seconds, I'm gonna challenge it and take a step back. So you can always do that. This way, the elastics are gonna pull you forward. See how much I keep falling forward? It gives me a little bit more of a challenge. Whew. Okay. All right. Alternating deceleration lunges. Work through this set. This is your final of the lunges forward. Then all you have is your sides. So push through this round. I know you're tired, but really work on that form. And you can make it all the way through it. We're doing this together. We got this. Good. All right. 2 sets of side lunges, 30 seconds each side, and then we get a rest. Okay, here we go. Keep that chest up proud. I even find myself dropping my chest. Keep it up. Stay nice and strong, keep that knee back, and push off. If it helps for you to count to a number, sometimes that might help. Try doing that. Almost there. Ooh. Okay. Final set. 30 seconds. Our last side lunge. Keep that trail leg straight. It's gonna wanna bend. Mine wants to because it's tired. Try to keep it straight. That way it's gonna hit that inner thigh. Final round and then you get a break. Good. Tight and strong. You have about 8 seconds. Keep up on your breathing. Perfect. Now it's your time to rest. So 1 minute rest. Make sure to put on those foot straps. Now that you have your mat and your foot straps, let's go ahead and put those on. Open up your foot strap like a pocket, the orange part right on the bottom. Slide that right underneath your shoe and clip in. Pretty simple. Do the same thing to the other side. All right, now let's get started. Grab your mat, roll it on out, and then take your elastics. We're gonna go to the low level of the anchor. And for this particular group of exercises, the best place to clip in at is the orange part of the foot strap. So clip in like so. Okay, so 30 seconds on the clock. We're gonna start with mountain climbers. All right, up onto those hands, driving the knees forward and as close to the floor as possible. The closer your knees are to the floor, the more you're working lower abs. And then you can always pick up speed to really give yourself a burn. Drive those knees as hard as you can towards those hands. Woo! That 30 seconds felt really long. Okay, so next move is a Spider-Man push-up. This is one of my favorites. Set it up in push-up position. Hands are out a little bit wider than shoulder width. Up onto the toes, bringing your foot forward, and then return it back. Really, speed, you don't have to go fast here. This is challenging enough. This elastic will actually pull your foot back. So in order to keep your foot in one position, you have to really anchor in those quads and glutes. Option here, if you're really fatiguing, you can drop the knee down, push up down, and then right back up. Good. Go ahead and flip over onto your back. And it's okay if those actually cross over each other. It's fine, so don't worry about that. Drop all the way onto your back. We take it to a nice, easy bicycle crunch. With the bicycle crunch, to have it really effective, you want to make sure those shoulder blades are off the ground. So reach those shoulder blades off the ground, core in super tight, knee up if you can, all the way to that elbow. Breathing if you can, or making sure you're breathing correctly. Good. Rest. Take a seat up. We're gonna go to a V-sit. So this V-sit is modified. You can challenge yourself and take a non-modified V-sit, but holy cow, it's really tough. So sit here, knees are gonna come out, hands to the floor, bring your knees towards your chest and back out. Core in nice and tight. Exhale and inhale. Options here. You can even bring your hands up if you really want to challenge, but that's really hard. Or you can lean all the way back and just focus on those lower abs. It's a really challenging move. Okay, flip it right back over again. So right back into those mountain climbers. Try to keep your hips down as best you can. So I'll explain it when I start moving. So as I'm here, most people will bring their hips up. You don't want that. You want to drop those hips down and your knees to the floor. Driving the knees as fast as you can, allowing that resistance to pull back on your feet. If it seems too easy, crawl yourself forward and keep driving those knees to the hand. Woo! That's a burn. Good. Take a step back. So Spider-Man push-ups are next. Nice and slow and controlled. Hands out, right outside the shoulders. Bring it on up. Drop down to that Spider-Man push-up. So elbow comes down, shoulder elbow level. Knee comes all the way to the elbow. If I really start to fatigue, which is gonna happen, just drop down to that knee. The challenge is still there through the upper body, but it'll help me out a little bit. All right, flip it on back. Right back into those bicycle crunches. And if your legs are really fatigued, just get a little bit closer to the safety zone. That'll help you a little bit. So drive those knees, inhaling, exhaling, focus on your breathing. You can even slow up the exercise, really focus on that pull through those lower abs, or pick up the pace. whichever's challenging to you, it is hard. This is a hard workout right here. Oh boy. Up we go. We are almost done. We got one more round of everything after we finish this V set. So set it up, focus on bringing that stomach in, pull those knees forward and back out. I'm gonna take this portion nice and slow and controlled. That way, I can focus on my abs. Inhale, exhale, as I come out. Those elastics really do create massive tension as I pull them forward. So it's really hard for me to keep them in that one position. And it should be hard for you too. Okay, flip it back. We got one more round of everything. So 2 minutes total. That sweat should be dripping off. Mountain climbers, here we go. Set it up, knees to the floor, or as close to your hand as possible. I often find myself counting. That way, time goes by faster. So do whatever you can. Keep your mind off of it. Just keep moving. Okay, breathe. I can't see, so we're gonna move my hair all the way back. All right, spider round push-ups. I have to psych myself up for this one. Okay, here we go. Set it up. Hands out nice and wide. Core super tight. Drop down into it. Yeah. Allow those bands to pull. This could be a challenging workout for any athlete or any person. Good, you have about 10 more seconds. You got this, just finish it. All right, one more round of each. You sweaty mess. Flip it over. Bicycle crunches. I'm gonna sit a little bit closer in the safety zone. My abs are on fire. On this round, just because your heart rate is up, maybe this is a good time to focus on your breathing. If you can breathe, inhale, exhale, really pulling through, really keeping your lower back glued to the floor. As I can tell, I'm starting to fatigue. My lower back is coming up and off, so really push it down through the floor. We want to keep our form on point. All right, one final 30 seconds. We are done for the day. Set it up on those V-sits, and you're finished with your 30-minute workout. Here we go. Drive it in and out. Inhale, exhale. Stomach in really tight. Finish out this last 15 seconds coming up. You are done for the day. You need to bring it a little bit closer, maybe add a little bit more speed. You can do that. Holy moly, almost there. Come on, one more. Holy cow. All right, thank you for this awesome workout. I'm gonna go get a drink of water.